and welcome to the TENERIFE Pod, sponsored by BGR Solutions. I'm Jenny T, your host, here with my... I don't know what I was about to say, but I was about to say here with my boys. I've got my co-host, Steve Ballard.
Hello.
And Chris Elkington.
All right, how am you?
Oh,
Are you all right? Are you all right?
Of course he
Is there a reason you're super brummy today?
Yeah, because you said I sound brummy sometimes.
Well, no, sometimes I listen to the pod back and I forget that that's the neck of the woods you're from. And then sometimes you say something and I don't even notice it when we're here
I'm
recording.
from a place, Jennifer, called Solihull, actually.
It's just Jenny, not
Because
Jennifer.
people turn around and say, oh, you from Birmingham? And you say, well, no, Solihull, actually.
So
and anybody who's from Solihull actually says that.
Solihull, actually.
So we call it Solihull, actually. But I was getting very brummy last night and cheering and annoying my neighbours.
Imagine.
Because obviously Aston Villa thrashed Freiburg 3-0 in the final of the Europa League.
Congratulations.
And,
That's
when
been
our
a long time coming.
First European trophy since 1982. In fact, that was when I got into supporting Aston Villa, because my dad wasn't into football.
Right.
And Stuart Marlowe put a comment about fake Brummies and Aston Villa fans
Yeah.
and born in Solihull but supports the Villa. Which I get because everyone around me supports Birmingham City, but it was actually my uncle that took me to football, who liked football, and Aston Villa. And where we lived, behind us, a player called Peter With moved in, which will mean nothing to you, Jen.
No, it really doesn't.
His son went to my school, as a year below me, but Peter With scored the winning goal in 1982
Okay.
for Aston Villa to win. We won the Division 1, which is now Premier League, in 1981, and then won what is now Champions League in 1982, the Euro Cup, and he scored
Was
the
it the
winner.
European Cup Winners' Cup?
Yeah, no, European Cup.
Oh, the European
The Cup Winners' Cup was like the Europa League sort of
okay.
thing, and that was when I got into supporting Aston Villa. So
I wonder how Prince William got into it then, because he doesn't live in Solihull,
there's a story. He says that he all his friends, all his circle of friends, all supported Man United, Arsenal, all the popular teams at the time. So he decided to support an unpopular one, which was
Always
Aston
loving
Villa.
underdog.
But his mum was also a huge fan of Duran Duran,
Okay.
who were all from Birmingham and all from that neck of the woods. And he's
It's a link, tenuous, but it's a link.
and he started supporting Aston Villa
And now he's the president of the
FA. And another famous fan is Tom Hanks, believe it or not.
Really?
I heard this. I
Didn't
heard
say.
this, that he wanted to visit the house. He called it the villa. I think he misunderstood. It's not actually a villa.
Google translated that or something, and something went wrong somewhere. How did you celebrate then? Just whooping and cheering in your house?
I was looking for wine, which was really bad because I'm only 2 weeks off not having a drink for 6 months.
Yes.
Oh no!
But
It's all right.
I wasn't serious.
I know, because he put something in our footy chat, and he's like, "Where's wine when you need it?" And we were like, "No, you don't need it. You don't."
John
do
and
it,
Steve
man.
were very supportive.
We were.
Don't do it, man.
I know. Yeah. So I had more messages than I've had.
I can imagine.
For nice messages.
Yeah, of course.
For a long time.
That makes a
For
nice change,
exactly.
yeah.
So it was great, and what was nice was obviously the night before Arsenal won the league, and I got a lot of friends who are Arsenal fans, and so there was a good bit of bants going. A good bit of bants.
Good bit of bants.
I know you just mentioned that someone they went to your school in the year below you. Do you still do this? Like anytime you're chatting to anyone, like even I'm in my late 30s now, I refer to someone as like how many years above or below me they were at school. Like
I think
why
I've
do
done
we
that.
do that?
But I think it's a good and easy, recognisable way of aging somebody that we can all relate to.
Apart from when they turn around these days and go, oh yeah, I'm in year 11, year 12, I'm like, what?
Oh, okay.
Because
They
I
wouldn't
was
understand.
junior school, then senior
were
school
first
was
year,
first,
second
second,
year,
third,
third
fourth
year.
and fifth.
They-
and I can only refer back to that.
What's really interesting, aged 11 was when the government introduced what's called the key stages.
11 plus,
So in 1989, they introduced Key Stage 3, which was Year 7, Year 8 and Year 9.
Oh.
And then Key Stage 4, which was Year 10, 11 and 12.
I'd already left
which
school
is-
by then.
Yeah, so that's when
I left school
I was the
in
first
1986.
Year. Oh, wow. Yeah, it was the first
Year
year
I
to
was
be
born.
Year 7.
Really?
Yeah, 1986 I was born.
No comment.
It does mean I'm the big 4-0 this year. So
Hey!
I know.
Are you looking forward to it?
Yeah, I think I've said this before. Aging doesn't scare me. I think it's a privilege. Like not everybody gets to age, and
I hated turning 30.
Okay.
Because I think it's because I came over here when I was like 21, and obviously I was still going downtown, and I just hated becoming 30 40 and 50 had no problem at all.
I must admit, I had my 40th birthday when I was living overseas, and I went back for a party to the UK. My mum didn't know anything about it. We said I wouldn't allow the time off, so I managed to surprise her for mine and my.
You surprised her for your 40th?
Yes, because it's mine and my twins.
Oh, of course.
So my brother was there. And they weren't expecting me to be there because I said, listen, it's April, the summer season's about to start, Mallorca is kicking off. It's really busy. There's no way I can get the time off. So she was gutted, and then I crept up on her while she was making
Well, I did a similar sort of thing, Steve, for my parents' wedding anniversary, which incidentally was yesterday.
Oh, okay.
20th of May, we're Thursday today. It was their 59th wedding anniversary, and I'm going back to when this probably would have been 25th or something. It was a long time ago. And I went home to surprise them because they were having a party, and they'd moved house without telling me.
Oh, who are you? There's a random stranger at the door.
What happened? What did you do? Walk me through it. You land. What happened?
I got a taxi to where we used to live.
Was that like your childhood home?
It was my home, because we did actually move quite a lot. My parents actually moved house so I could go to a better school,
right?
Catchment area, yeah. But it was sort of the house, college, and obviously coming here and all the rest of it. So we've been there a fair while. Been there a long time. We moved like quite a few. Anyway, I turned up and I thought, oh, Dad's got a new car. He never told me about that because there was a different car in the drive. He never told. And my dad.
At least your worries now.
And if anyone knows my dad, I'm not being funny. When we did the magazine and even Canary Weekly, it used to be Motoring with Jav. He's a proper car buff. Yeah, he's car mad. Always has been. And I thought, oh, he's got a new car. He hasn't told me. Oh, well. Anyway, so I knocked on the front door to do the big surprise thing, and somebody answered the door that I didn't know. And I went, hello, where's John and Val? And obviously they'd got a forwarding address for the post.
Oh, good.
So, so they went, are you Chris? And I was like, yeah. And he drove me around to where they'd moved to, because I didn't know where they were.
How far away was it?
Oh, no, only not in the same area. But because I'd moved out and Sarah had moved out, they downsized. And eventually, it wasn't long after that. It was only about 4 years after that they moved out here. But
was it one of those when you eventually did knock on the door? Did you just go, surprise? What the fuck are you doing?
So yeah, that was a true story.
That's a terrible thing to forget to tell your child.
To be fair, my parents have threatened it. My parents have threatened.
If I was your parents, I would as well.
They were going to move house without telling me. Because I kept going back, you see. I kept moving out and then next time you do that, Stephen, we're not going to be here and not telling you where we're going.
That was the issue with TUI, because you do a summer season and then you'd only get winter 1 or winter 2.
Yeah, so you've got that weird 3 months where you don't know what you're doing and you don't know where you are. So they were like, yeah, we're going to move house and not tell you. Anyway, they did one better than that. They moved to Portugal.
See ya.
But can I say, as a supplier, because I used to run obviously an excursion, that winter 1 and 2 thing is a nightmare.
Oh, yeah.
Because for 6 months we had reps who were brilliant.
Yeah.
Then obviously in winter 1 you had everyone who'd come off their summer season and really didn't give a toss about
it. And they'd come from like Greece or like Turkey, so they didn't know anything about the island.
And they're also, all they want to do is party.
Yeah.
They're all, you know what I mean? They've had a summer season, they're knackered, and then it's like, party time.
Yeah, and they also know they are literally only there for 3 months.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And then winter 2 are the ones who've already had 3 months off, who then know they're only going to be there for 10, 12 weeks before they go to their summer destination. And they're just basically
looking forward to their summer destination. Yeah. It's a weird one, isn't it?
But are they employing in resort now? I mean, how's it changed
So,
since
yeah,
Brexit?
it has changed since Brexit. Brexit made a lot of things very difficult. I mean, it's interesting, Brexit happening the same year as COVID, because it was almost
not planned. I mean, Brexit...
it was almost planned, but it was used as a really easy way to get rid of a hell of a lot of people. So I can only speak for the 50% of us that were.
Oh, what you mean with the Urti and the Erie and all that?
So then it was a decision was made that this makes it easier for us to then lay off any of the staff that weren't on contracts within those countries. So if you were on a Spanish contract, which is mostly only supervisors, managers, that kind of thing, then you would go on Urti, stay on Urti, and get your job back.
Right.
If you were a posted worker, they would just give you your papers and say thanks very much. That's
right.
It. So it was done that way. However, I did see some news, or there's some talk in the reps groups. I don't know how much.
Although there's things contradicting that as well. I know what you're going to say.
Is allegedly TUI, for example, are looking at visas for posted workers because of a shortage of of staff within resource.
Yeah, isn't where they're going to stay an issue?
Accommodation previously has been an issue.
It'd be even more of an issue now.
Now, yeah. So that could put a spanner in the works for sure. Yeah.
I do think it's almost a shame that like people don't get the opportunity that we did to just bosh off and like try and travel for a bit, get workplaces. Like I do think it's quite difficult for people to do that.
And I think
now.
it's really I feel for younger people who will not have that opportunity unless of course a particular party gets in and decides they want to rejoin and has another referendum and something happens. Other than that, it's really difficult, and I feel for people who are not able to do that.
I've spoken to the British ambassador about this.
Yes, you did
before you said about name dropping, John. Jen, that is not dropping a name. That is
I'll pick them all up for you before
that
we
is
leave,
not
don't
dropping
worry.
a name. But I have actually spoken to the British ambassador about this because Spain are very much missing seasonal workers.
100%, yeah.
Not only from respect of Brits coming over, but they've got the same problem with their staff going abroad, with Spanish going abroad as well. And what people forget, it's not just here in the Canary Islands, it's the whole of Spain and the Balearics and everything else. Now, what's interesting is when we had this conversation, it was talking about the difference between seasonal workers and young workers against people like Swallows. Now, we spoke before about saying, in our opinion, if you're a property owner, you should be able to use your 180 flexibly. But it's amazing that, there is nothing in place for the Swallows, and there isn't going to be anything in place. But the seasonal workers, which this falls under, they do want to try and work something out as quickly as possible because Spain needs them. Because it's so reliant on tourism. And if you imagine, mainland Spain and Balearics are so reliant on a summer season.
Yeah.
You're talking needing an influx of thousands to cover all the jobs.
Yeah.
Whereas here it's more stable all year round, so it's easier.
But then I think you still get that thing where people are still wanting to travel and explore, so they'll come here for the winter and leave for the summer.
Oh, absolutely,
and then you're left with the summer.
No, I meant in general it's different because obviously they're only open in the summer over there. That's why you get all the more here in the winter, isn't it, from all the different resorts. But Spain needs it. Spain really, really needs it. So
and I think
there's mileage in it, but I think there's stumbling blocks.
And there are stumbling blocks. I mean, I know the Spanish government are quite close to the English or the British government in respect of talking about it.
Yeah.
No decisions have been made, but they are talking about it. A conversation has been opened as to whether it's possible, feasible. I'm sure that Parliament will do whatever they need to do investigation-wise, and it'll take some time. But I think, like you said, there's mileage in there. I think there's something.
And I think that we collectively are going to look back and say we had the best time.
Yeah.
Or the best period of time. Me particularly, because I was here with no social media whatsoever. Thank God. But we are, because obviously we had freedom of movement. We could come and go. You didn't have to plan if you wanted to come and live over here. You just literally got your rucksack, had a few quid in your pocket, and out you came.
Yeah. I came away with Play Away abroad when I first came, and although there was Facebook, it was the time you'd have a digital camera and you had to like physically go and upload a bit like it just wasn't.
MySpace.
MySpace.
Friends reunited.
Oh my God!
I don't know that one. That's a bit MySpace. Can I tell you something that happened to me yesterday, guys?
Sure.
Does it need a stinger?
I don't know, but let's do one
do it
anyway.
anyway.
You know I'm a fan of a stinger. So I've been going to a dance class in Los Cristianos, which is with Tracy, friend of the pod, Tracy Cutting. She's also obviously one of the choreographers for the Tenerife Entertainment Awards. She does a lot.
Who else? I think Amy's going, isn't she? I know Tara's going.
There's quite a lot of people. Yeah, Lisa.
Who's Lisa?
Lisa Brealey.
Oh, right.
There's quite a few. There's a couple of people I know from Wingate, Jenny and Laura. They were there last night. Anyway.
So is it just a get together, or is it actual dancing?
It's like a dance fitness class. So you don't have to be like an expert dancer.
No, there is a thing called dancing.
Yeah, and it's just fun. And I've been saying to Tracy for a while, like, I just want to go to a dance class. Anyway, she eventually said, I'm going to do one. Like, I feel like I need a bit of motivation myself. So anyway, I go to a dance class on a Wednesday. So afterwards, myself, Tracy and Tara popped over to the vault for a quick beverage.
All right.
And we were sat there having a chat, and someone came up to me and tapped me on the shoulder. She was like, excuse me, are you Jenny from the podcast? and the radio. I was like, bearing in mind, I'm sweaty as anything. I ain't even drawn my eyebrows on, guys. I am
Oh my God,
free.
you're
I'm
naked.
surprised she didn't recognise you with no eyebrows. I mean,
How did she recognise me without my eyebrows? Anyway, her name was Julie, and she said her and her partner Dave listen all the time. They really like the pod because it's really informative. It like gives you the information that people want, and she's been listening.
Jen, we've had it all morning.
yes.
Have you really?
Yes. Yeah, we were driving around and we obviously talking to people. I don't know as many people.
Maybe let's explain where we've been this morning.
Yes, actually, good idea.
Well, let me just say, just a shout out to Julie and Dave for listening. Thank
Brilliant.
you. Thank you
Yes,
for coming
thank
over and
you
saying
for
hello. It was
saying
really nice
something,
to
yeah.
meet you.
Am I doing it?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were going to do it.
Well, no, you can tell you where we've been.
Well, yes. So we've just come from Amarillo Golf, the Greg James Memorial Golf Tournament, and this year's charity.
And Cammy was on best
Amigos.
form, getting as much money out of people like
Amigos
Steve
to
said the other day.
Sounded
Oh
like
my
it was.
goodness!
yeah.
No, nobody.
He's on good form, actually.
God.
Yeah, everybody put their hand in their pocket for Cammy, every single person, and it was so good. But we took a golf buggy, we attached the Oasis FM flag to it.
We were on the media buggy. We
did.
christened it the media buggy.
It was the
It was
media
epic,
buggy. It
wasn't
was
it?
so much fun. And so we're having a little bimble around. I let Chris drive. Don't worry, we didn't crash. We had to do a 3-point turn though.
It's like you two
Get
are a
under that-
married couple
get
over
under
there
that
at the
bus.
minute. Like, all
Well,
right, guys, we need a bit of couples counselling because I'll step in and I'll help you out.
We were even wearing matching T-shirts.
Well,
We're
we
not
had
now,
to-
but we
had
were.
to because we were wearing our Oasis FM uniform. So it was
Which,
like-
incidentally, we got Cammy in one.
yeah, we did.
Yeah,
There's a
Cammy and
photo
Fergal we got.
yeah, we
And
did.
also, I'll tell you who we saw, Ange, who used to work here.
Oh, I love Ange.
And it's the first time I've seen her, and I'm going to say it, and I said I wouldn't. First time I've seen her since she was doing a handstand on the Christmas party. Do you remember?
Yeah, downing beer
was-
out of
Was
Dylan's
that the
leg.
lady that said, "Oh God, please don't mention that"?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Now I know who you were
But
talking
what we
about.
did was, for those people who don't know, Dylan used to work here, who's obviously had his leg
Yeah.
amputated. We were downing pints out of his false leg. We all got absolutely blitzed. And Ange was like, I can do a handstand, and we videoed it. And she just collapsed to the heat.
She
didn't
is such a party animal. I love her.
She seems like loads of fun. She's the
She's
first time I met
brilliant.
her. But yeah, we were
Brilliant.
driving around the course and chatting with people, and loads of people said, "Guys, we're really enjoying listening and watching you on the pod."
Oh, it's
Yeah.
so
all of
nice.
us. So yeah, they're enjoying it.
And what was interesting, Jen, was it was a really wide age group.
Yeah.
Oh, right,
Yeah,
okay.
And
all
not
sorts.
all of them live here, because obviously for the hole in the wall golf tournament, people. I mean, I was talking to a couple of the guys there, Jason and his brother and whatever. They've been coming over 14 years for this.
Wow.
It's part of their annual
Yeah, their holiday. Yeah.
golf trips, because they do one to Spain, one to Portugal, whatever. And yeah, those are people saying, weren't they, Steve?
They were. It was 96 players,
Yeah.
and yeah, quite a lot of them had come over from the UK and Ireland, as Fergal's explained to me, because they come every year. Obviously, like Chris said, they make it as part. And it's really great to hear from people who are saying all good things about this pod. So yeah, if you are watching, listening, and we saw you on the golf day, thank you so much for your support. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, it's so nice, isn't it? Because I think, we're used to being on the radio, all of us, and just talking to a wall, but just being in there having a chat.
Yeah.
I forget actually that people are going to be listening to what we're
Sometimes
saying.
you forget there's cameras. You can't see these cameras, obviously, but they're very, very small. They're about the size of a cigarette packet, aren't
Yeah.
they? So
Yeah.
you don't sometimes realise there's a camera.
And looking at
following
the
you there.
camera now, I guarantee Jen's going to get comments about her off-the-shoulder number today.
I mean, there.
I'm a bit 80s. Cheeky.
Little bit flash
But-
dance over there, mate.
But golf was good, wasn't it?
It was great.
Weather's
Really
been fantastic
beautiful.
this morning. It was beautiful sunshine.
And I have to say, the golf course itself, what I have to say as well, the smell of fresh grass, right? I don't get it enough living here. You know, that the smell when grass has just been cut, because there's not a lot of lawn or anything. So to walk around on the grass is so nice. It sounds really weird, but it's such a nice experience to walk
And I'm
around
pleased to say, Jen,
Yeah.
we were having fun with flags.
Fun with flags. Oh, what do we normally do? Fun with.
It's Dr. Steve's. I think you have to mute the thing on the left-hand side, Chris. It's that one. Yeah, that's it.
Fun with flags.
Yeah, no,
Steve?
don't we normally do fun with flights?
Oh, yeah,
so that's
that's
me
it, fun
talking
with
about
flights.
what happens to you. Alcohol affects you on flights and things like that. But we had fun with flags.
So
Yeah,
tell me what that consisted of.
We had a huge Oasis FM flag,
Yeah.
all right, which we planned just to cable tie to like the barrier and have it stay there. But they already had an Oasis FM sign up. So I was actually holding it for ages and kind of using it for the buggies to go through and all the rest of it. And we had real good fun with it. I never knew you could have so much fun with a flag.
Do you know what? I think it depends on the kind of person that you are. If you're a fun person, you can make anything
Chris
fun,
decided
so.
to attach it to the back of the golf buggy, like
Right.
one of those whip aerials you used to get on the old
Huge.
Audis.
And it's massive.
And this flag is big. So we were driving through and just chatting away. Well, no, first of all, it was like, oh, tree. And we're just trying to avoid whipping this thing off. Then, to get across the road, you have to go through an underpass. So Chris says, oh my God.
You know where the Hyperdino
I
is?
do know.
Yeah.
I know exactly.
Are we going
where
to
you
clear
mean.
it? And I went, yeah, it looks fine. Anyway.
At least it was you that said it was fine.
And then
Totally
and then we
misjudged it.
drove through a sprinkler, which was epic because Steve went, we're going to get wet. And I thought, no, you're going to get wet.
Yeah,
So it was on his
it
side.
was on my side. So it was
like,
one
"Not
of
to
those.
worry."
It was one of those sprinklers that had sprung a leak, and it was just going all the way over the path. So as we drove past, he sped up, and it just went.
On the serious side, they are going to raise thousands today
Yeah.
for the
Oh,
Amigos
brilliant.
Gillian Banks, and it went really well. So.
Oh God, I'm really pleased. Honestly, I obviously was chatting to you guys whilst I was on air and stuff, and it just sounded like you were all having
Yeah,
a great
great,
time. So
great.
I'm
Yeah, and it's
pleased.
great because, as Steve said, it's a lot of the same people who come every year, or a lot of people who haven't seen for a long time, and you know they see us on the reels, they watch us on the pod, they follow the Canarian Weekly, so it's
Nice.
it was
Yeah, it's super
nice.
good.
And you know it's great that we can collectively see the difference those things make. So,
Yeah, I know what you mean.
What did the others think when somebody came up to you and said about the pod?
Oh, they were just like, ooh, out there.
Our mate's a celeb.
And all I kept going was like, but I'm really smelly. And I'm like, I look disgusting.
That's normally.
Don't look at me.
I know, if this was smell-o-vision, you'd be like, turn it down. I might just jump into your department for a second,
Ooh.
Steve, if that's okay. I've got my stinger finger at the ready because I want to talk about something.
I'm a little bit in shock.
Well, I'm not going to talk about weather.
Oh, okay, go on then.
but
Whatever else.
we mentioned before that you are kind of like the traffic expert.
No, you mentioned that, Jen, because you were taking the mick out of me for having
Steve
the
loves a
traffic
webcam.
Traffic cams
love a
on.
web-
Yeah, no, I mean, so
Webcam
okay.
Steve. What's
No,
on the webcam?
no. Jen, get on with it. Say your piece.
So this is very niche and only very selective in a small area of Tenerife, and not many people will care. But it's somewhere you've been today. You may have even been on the road.
Are you going to say no traffic lights?
No traffic lights. Right, so from Las Chafiras, the back road down to Amarillo Golf, there has been temporary traffic lights, I think nearly 3 years.
I wrote about this the other day.
Oh my days.
So what they're saying
And now
is
there
that
isn't.
road is going to be, because they're doing all the sewage pipes to
Yeah,
link up for
they've
further
been
afield.
doing it,
They've
yeah.
been doing it, and the traffic lights have had to be there, but it's
Yeah.
added an extra 10 minutes onto your journey.
Easily,
Easy.
like to the point where you eventually work out, okay, if there's traffic coming, I'm going to go a different way because
Yeah.
I think I'm going to get stuck, and then they'll move the traffic lights down a bit, so
Yeah.
then it just throws you again. It's
So-
been a nightmare.
So the council have said that the roadworks is going to be finished by the end of the year, but the traffic lights will disappear before then, and they have removed them. Today, they had two fellas with signs.
They did.
But it's a very, very short,
Right.
a very, very short bit. So it's like literally, whereas before it was quite a long stretch,
Yeah.
so they couldn't see. Now they can see 3 cars. They let them go.
Now
through,
there's
whatever.
the blokes are there with the stop and go and the
Yeah, it's
walkie-talkie,
remote,
so
it's
they're
flowing.
walkie-talking.
Well,
each
I
other.
But
drove
that is
down-
major. That is
Yeah.
major.
I drove down 2 days ago as they were removing them, and I was like, oh my God, they're going. And I was like, it's all free. And I drove to Chafiras like this morning and last night free. And do you know that feeling? I can only describe it as like, you know when you have a cold and
Yeah.
you're
Yes.
all bunged up and you think, I really didn't appreciate it when my nose wasn't bunged up. But I have like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
I didn't appreciate that road just being able to drive freely on it.
And I think also,
Until I was like, I couldn't
Until
do
it's
it
now
anymore.
not bunged
and
up.
now I can. I'm like, ah.
and I think also as well, Jen. Let's be honest. For anybody who lives down there or Gulf del Sur, they've not only had, because you had the Gulf del Sur roundabout,
Yeah.
you had your access road with the roadworks, and then you had the Chafiras Junction for a couple of years.
People didn't leave
So
the golf
you
for a long
guys,
time.
absolutely,
Yeah.
you guys had it 3. I mean, I remember when they opened it here, and then obviously all the chat was, well, it's not going to make any difference on the golf because we can't get off it.
Yeah.
But now things are starting to clear up, aren't they?
Yeah, I think so. I don't know if you have any more actual relevant information, but
Well,
that's all I wanted to
I mean,
say.
well, all I'll say is there seems to be a lot less traffic around this area.
Yeah,
now.
Yes.
they're really
I know
good.
we said the other day that people don't put good things, they only
No.
put the bad, but it does seem to have made a huge difference.
It really, really does, and I'm very pleased about it. Okay, let's go on to something that does affect everybody that's listening. Holiday prices.
You're very stinger fingery today.
Yeah.
Very stinger fingery. Holiday prices. Well, latest reports are showing. There's an annual report by the industry experts for tourism and travel and tour operators, airlines, everything. And they are forecasting after the first quarter. Now, what's interesting about this is that even though we know from Frontex reports that they're expecting an increase in international visitors this year to exceed 19 million international visitors if we stay on target, this latest report is actually not contradicting, but saying they don't believe that will happen. They think numbers will drop because of increased operating costs. There will be slightly less demand because travel prices will go up, and also the fact the industry is suffering from staff shortages in resorts across Europe because of, you just mentioned Brexit, for those reasons. And they believe that holiday prices are going to go up by 9%. Now, when you think cost of living increase is around about 2.8, it's a huge potential increase. Now, also, which I think you wrote about, Jen, in line with this, the number of VVs have dropped, haven't they?
Yeah, like the lowest in 2 years. I can't remember exactly.
By the end of April,
head.
wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. So they've dropped a considerable amount, but the demand is still really, really high. But the actual...
Yeah, of course. I mean, obviously, when they're talking about the demand, they're talking about holidays in general, not for one sector.
Yeah.
But obviously, we know that new VV licenses are not being issued, and we know that the platforms have had huge fines, and now, you know, people are removing properties like Airbnb and Booking.com and all the rest of it.
Yeah.
But when you put it all in together, is the industry going through a bit of a transition, Steve?
Well, yeah, it is. I mean, TUI have...
And what's the kerosene situation? What's the situation?
So the situation with fuel in Spain, for example, and they were shouting this from the rooftops when things kicked off in Iran and there was talk of fuel shortages, is that Spain has got reserves of kerosene, which will see them through for quite some time. So in terms of people being worried that the summer's going to be off or somehow interrupted, if you're travelling with a Spanish carrier or somebody, you know, from who's got bases in Spain, there's no issue there. EasyJet have also...
Which Ryanair are one of those,
That's right. EasyJet have also claimed summer's on, and they're good until the end of September. There's a few other companies having the same sort of thing. What's interesting is... TUI's bookings, TUI UK this is, so this is not Deutschland or the Nordic countries. TUI UK bookings are down 10% on the same time last year. Yeah. So
for here or for everywhere?
For everywhere, in general.
Right,
TUI UK as a company is reporting
And didn't you say Jet2 put something?
Jet2 also are saying summer's on. They're saying that there's no price increase that they're planning on existing holidays.
Isn't this though, like, and correct me if I'm wrong, they're saying there's no price increase for the people that have already booked. So some airlines might be, if you've already booked, you might get a surcharge.
You've got price protection.
But the Jet2 and EasyJet are saying if you've already booked, we're not going to change.
We're not increasing
your prices.
anything.
But it doesn't mean to say anyone that's not booked yet and is hoping for a last
I don't
minute
think
deal.
they've provided enough information as in we're guaranteeing prices, because I don't think they can. I think it's too fluid.
To be honest, if you go onto flights anyway, they change all the time, don't they? So
because they'd have dynamic pricing. So if you're going on...
So if you haven't booked yet, then you could end up paying more.
And this is why we always recommend, if you're going on Skyscanner, for example, and you're going to look but not to book, do it in an incognito mode, because there'll be no cookies left, which cookies are leaving you. The price will change.
It won't know you've looked.
Yes.
How do you go incognito mode?
So top right hand corner, if you're using Google as your device, your thing, the three dots, and then it's under... It's called incognito mode.
It's called incognito window. Yeah.
It leaves no trace of you on that person's website. So if you're booking something or looking something before you book, then dynamic pricing will kick in if it knows you've been there already.
It's what people use, Jen, when they don't want people to see their search history.
Webcam Steve knows about this one, don't you, Steve? In all seriousness, I didn't know that. Like, I knew that you could, like, delete your cookies.
I am never going to teach you anything ever again.
Steve, you're my only source of education.
Not anymore. That ship has just sailed. In fact, that ship has just sank.
Oh, God, I'm so sorry. Do you know what? We go through a stage, don't we, where we're all right. It's like, we get on.
We go through stages where we're really pally and you do you, boo, and then all of a sudden I get attacked for no reason. Like,
it's the three dynamic.
Are you sure? Is that what it is? Are you sure? I'm like, it's so bipolar.
Don't blame me.
Like,
I don't blame
yeah, I
me.
don't know why
I'm just here to lower the tone.
Yes,
I'm just here to lower the tone. I'm not.
And actually, you do encourage her by laughing louder than you normally would.
I feel like he sets me up as well.
Yeah,
I feel like
thank you.
No, not guilty.
He's there with
but
his
getting
little...
back getting back to the holidays, then. Okay, so if people have already booked, they can expect price protection.
Yes.
Because the airlines, or in Jet2's and EasyJet's case, they have holiday companies.
That's
and
correct,
TUI and
yeah.
whatever saying, okay, yeah. But obviously, if the price now is there, the advice would be book now.
Right.
So that you're guaranteed it, because
exactly.
nobody can tell the future or how long this is going to last for. Interestingly, Jen, as Steve said about Spain saying they've got enough reserves, because obviously they're self-sufficient, UK and Germany, or Britain and Germany, import a lot of kerosene.
Right.
So this is why they're saying, because obviously TUI are German-based and the others are UK-based, this is why they're saying that they could, come September, whatever, there could be an issue. And this is where prices could go up.
Do you think that when things settle in the world, that we'll notice a dramatic drop, or do you think they'll just in prices of holidays? Do you think it will be like, we'll get some what we'll see as bargains because you don't think so?
I mean,
I don't think so.
We said this about property prices, didn't we, the other day, saying they're going to reduce, but are they going to reduce to the same level? No, they'll reduce to a happy medium, which will still be above what we've normally been paying.
And have
I
they
guess
reduced
it's the same
though,
as
I don't...
No, not yet.
Right.
Because the bubble hasn't burst yet. But petrol prices over here, I mean, obviously there's no tax on petrol. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's currently zero tax, as far as VAT or IGIC, as they call it. Yeah, which before was only 1%, and so it's very much governed by the price of a barrel of oil, which does fluctuate, and they do pass it onto the pumps. Which is why we've had prices go up before to 140, 150, and it's gone back down to 99 cents a euro a litre.
Yeah.
So I think you will see it over here. UK, can't say, don't know, but I think you will. I think you will in that respect. But do you not think that in the terms of how much we've seen hotels go up by over the last 5 or 6 years, particularly since COVID, flights are still relatively cheap, I think. I think if you can fly from here to the UK for £100, I can't get a train in the UK for that.
No. Can we fly though from here to the UK?
Absolutely.
I don't ever get these
prices.
I get Ryanair for £25 last time.
There are still, if you look hard enough, there are still flights out there who are being thrown out by budget airlines for $16.99. All right, you might end up spending $78.99 on the return flight, but as you said, Chris, that's still less than £100 return. There's still deals to be had.
I'm not finding them. I don't know if it's because...
Do you have to go to school holidays?
Yes, however, obviously because the school holidays here are a lot longer. They're not the UK.
In the summer, but other times of year they're not. They're saying.
No, but I mean, I don't travel that often, so it's not like I'm looking for flights all the time.
There is always that price gouging that comes from July and August. It's just that. Because it's supply and demand again, it's dynamic pricing. So if everybody who's got children has to fly and go on holiday, the price is going to go up.
And also, we were talking about the Swallows a minute ago. If you take retired, which we have a lot of people here who obviously are retired, and they're not necessarily dependent on what day they travel. You put in the offer for the month, you can pick them up for next month.
No, I remember when I used to work for like animation companies, and I would just book my own flights. I remember getting places for like £13. Lanzarote and back again
the plan of action, I would say to anybody who is, particularly if you're going just on flights, flight only. So use the incognito mode when you're looking on things like Skyscanner. But also when you've looked on Skyscanner and you see a good deal, go to the website of the airline, because there may even be a better deal with them directly. Think about the time you fly. So flights are always cheaper when they're stupid o'clock.
Yep.
So if you're willing to get a flight that departs at 3-4 a.m. and lands here at 10 a.m., then get it. Because it's always going to be cheaper. If you want to fly, it's a nice time, 11 o'clock in the morning,
you're
till 3 o'clock in the afternoon, you're going to pay for it.
Yeah. Also, as well, one of my favourite times. Do you remember the Icelandic the volcanic ash cloud?
Yeah.
We had Showtime at the time when that happened. It was about 15 years ago now, I think. In fact,
2010?
I want to say
16 years ago.
Yeah.
And I I'll tell you off mic, I've got a good thing to remember that, but I can't say it on the pod.
Now I'm intrigued.
No, yes.
But anyway, and when that happened, I mean, obviously, tour operators, it affected everyone over here as well. People were stranded, hotels had to extend, people couldn't get home and all the rest of it. And one of our biggest suppliers was Saga.
Oh.
Yeah? And the Saga reps were like, no, we're fine. None of our guests have got to go to work.
Oh,
None of our guests have got any children to worry about at home
they're
or
kicking
schools.
back and enjoying it.
And they were like, it can stay as long as it wants. They've all got a free holiday for as long as it takes. And I just thought that was brilliant.
I was working in a hotel in Lanzarote.
Oh, really?
And I didn't have a TV or anything. Like, I lived in the dungeon of the sister hotel. So I got my bike and went to work that morning.
I used to have one of those. I used to have a little high window, one of those. Where
yeah, exactly. Full of cockroaches. You'd wake up and throw the cockroach off your face.
Oh, my God.
And I got to work and there was a family in the reception that were meant to go. I'd already said goodbye to them. And I was like, what are you still doing here? My God, you're going to miss your flight. Like, what are you doing? And they were like, oh, no, the ash cloud. And I was like, the what? and then obviously, like, heard what had happened. But it was quite lovely because everybody in the hotel just became a little family. Like, we were all together.
You're all
I
in
was
the
an
same boat
entertainer.
situation,
I was
isn't it?
literally there. We were all just like having a great time. It was quite fun, actually.
So the difference between that and COVID was you were allowed to see people.
You could, You could be in the same
we were
space
just all
as them,
just spending time together and just like making the most of it. Yeah, good times actually. I just want to briefly, I know we went into it a little bit on the last pod, but can we come to you for a brief weather update?
Sure.
Another stinger for you, Chris, because I know you like
Lovely.
them. So can you confirm?
I love your stinger finger, Jen.
Can you confirm, Steve, that everything you said on the last pod was the truth?
It's still as it was on the last pod.
Do you know what, Steve? I think you get a round of applause for that, Jen. Do you think so, Jen? We said we were going to applaud him, didn't we?
Thank you. Not when the plane lands. So
did you see Ryanair put that out?
Yes, I did, and I laughed my head off because I was like, "They're right.
Well,
Nobody, don't clap the plane when it lands."
Did you not see it? I think I shared it on the pod. Did I screenshot?
Maybe.
So Ryanair actually put a post saying,
Their social media team are ace, by the way.
They're so
Ryanair, my girlfriend clapped when the plane landed. I left her.
If there was a bigger ick, that was it. Yeah.
Exactly. So no, as mentioned on the last pod, we've got a period of settled weather coming. We've got a period of high temperatures coming over the weekend. So we're talking Saturday, Sunday, Monday. There's still a few clouds around now, but that's just because it's the tail end of what we've had for the last few days. We are going to see blue skies. There's going to be a little bit of dust. That Kalima, as I mentioned, not going to affect us in too much. Also, really interesting, we talked about on the last pod, their potential for something to happen from the mainland. Well, that's flipped right on its head. Spain are now expecting the hottest heat wave they've had in a long time. Temperatures up to 40 Celsius.
Wow.
That is eventually also going to swing this way as well. So we may be seeing temperatures climb even further in the coming weeks when that sort of swirls around in our direction.
Which also, we said it was going to come in from the east. So Lanzarote and Fuerteventura today have got 30 degrees.
Yeah.
So it's already started to heat up over there like we said it would. And it is coming across then to Gran Canaria and Tenerife, as we said. So
lovely. That's a water park Sunday for me.
That means you got it right, Steve.
Thanks. I do every now and again get it right. Not often.
Right, well, I think we should wrap this up with one of our what's your favourites?
Oh, I think I'm all stinged out today.
I know it's been quite.
exhausting.
Even I think it might have been a bit much today.
I think she's got a stingy finger.
You're going to need a plaster for that.
Yeah.
So I thought, since you boys have been out gallivanting around the golf course.
I love that word. I
think it's
do you know
accurate
what? And
from
I'm
what you've
also
described.
really, really surprised that you said it.
I must admit, I like the word gallivant.
Why are you
I
surprised?
just don't
I've
think
said
it's a
it?
word that you would use. That's all.
I'm very articulate.
Oh, I'm
don't
coming
you
back
know?
at you, Jen.
Okay,
So
fair.
let's.
I'll take it. I deserve it. if you got to give it, you got to take it.
Absolutely.
Right. So I thought I'd ask
I did
you.
expect to say buzzing round the golf course, did you?
Gallivanting. I
Great
think
word,
it sums up what I feel like. In my head, you were like, Stephen, look at my
I feel
flag.
like
Oh my
I feel
God.
like gallivanting is the only way to describe what.
I'd like to point out, Jen, we were nothing like that.
In my head, you are, and that.
Okay.
Really?
Yeah, like having a lovely time.
What, we're a pair of camp ballet dancers?
Yeah, skipping through the fairways of
Really?
the Amarillo Golf.
Jazz hands, split leaps, everything. Yeah.
Wow.
Leave me in my own little bubble. I'm all right.
Okay.
Anyway, what's your favourite is? Do you have a favourite golf course in Tenerife?
Ooh.
Because it's a popular place for golfing, right?
It is. I don't know who. You want to go first on this one, Chris?
Okay, well, I've played all the golf courses apart from Abama. I've never played Abama.
Mm-hmm.
So, obviously, regularly I've played Golf del Sur, Amarillo Golf, Las Americas, Costa Dequi, Los Lajos, and obviously up in the north in Buena Vista. And I've also played the Real Club in Tacoronte,
Okay.
which is the second oldest golf course in Spain.
Wow.
Or Canaries. I think the oldest one's in Gran Canaria, which I've played that as well. We played that one, went over. And I'm a massive fan of Amarillo. Always have been. And I always class that as my local course. I've got to say, by the way, they've spent a fortune on it. All the landscape, I know we mentioned it earlier on, amazing. But as far as a golf course over here that I've played, the Real Club is spectacular. It's very hard to get onto.
Why?
If you're a non-member, you can only go midweek. You can't go at weekends. And it's right up in the hills, so you get very, obviously being on the north side, so Tacoronte is not far from the North Airport. And you know what the weather can be like there with the low-lying cloud and the fog and the mist and everything else. And so you can get that on the course, and it can be a lot greener than most of the courses over here. And I think for me, as a course, Real is obviously royal in Spanish. So Real Madrid is actually Royal Madrid. Did you know that?
No, I didn't.
There you go.
I'm still learning.
Still learning.
Still learning.
Still learning.
So for me, the Real Club in Tacoronte up in the north is my favourite, because it is just, if you're a golfer and you're coming over here, you will regularly play the ones in the south. Buena Vista is a great trip. That was designed by Sevi Ballesteros.
Oh, okay.
And that's well worth a trip. But the Real Club for me is just, it's got history.
Okay.
And history. And obviously, when you take golf, it's always the St Andrews of these world, the Celtic Manors of these world that have got the history, Augusta, the best courses, and for me that is.
Okay, thank you very much. That was quite an in-depth answer.
It was.
Thank you.
Mine's going to be much shorter because I've only played a decade, so that's my favourite.
But you've spent time in Amarillo.
I do. I love Amarillo, and as Chris said, the work they've, because I've seen it 3 years on the bounce now, once a year for the charity golf day.
Yeah.
So I've seen it develop, and they look after it so beautifully. The greens today, in particular, which is stunning, really, really, really
Well, to be
nice.
fair, if anybody looks after a course, it's Costa Dequi, because they've used it for the PGA, particularly the ladies. It's a hard course.
Yes.
Costa Dequi is hard.
Yeah.
Amarillo is hard for different reasons, because it's very narrow. So there's not much room for
people like me
Error.
who hit the ball to the left or the right, which
hook
I
it
do
or
a lot.
slice it. It's very unforgiving. In fact, it's a bit more forgiving now. They've
It
done
does look it. Yeah, it does look it. The only other one I would say, it's not here, but I have actually played on a PGA tournament course at Vila Moura in Portugal.
Wow.
Played 9 holes, and I was crapping myself all the way through, because it's such a beautifully looked after course. You know it's a championship course. You're trying not to hit a too big a divot.
Also, generally, the people who play there are really good.
Really good.
And you don't want to look
And I
crap.
don't
You don't look
So I
shy.
played 9 holes with my dad, and we got round there as quick as we could, but it was lovely.
That was really stressful. It
can
would be a nice,
be, it can
relaxing sport.
What was
People
it?
don't realise, Jen, that golf is more stressful. I know people always turn around and say, "Oh, golf, it just ruins a good walk." Yeah?
That's the
Is that what you were thinking?
No, I've never heard
Oh, right.
that.
The old
That's the
saying
phrase,
is,
that's the saying.
was it Mary Queen of Scots or someone like, golf, a good walk ruined.
Yeah.
That's what they say.
Yeah. But
Wow.
in actual fact, it's
There's lots going
like
on.
today. If you speak to any of those players, they're all having a great time, but they're all hating it, because if you're not playing well, it's the worst thing in the world. And the more frustrated you get,
The worse you're playing.
Oh,
absolutely.
course.
That's
And
why
it's the hardest thing.
So they tell professional golfers, be a goldfish.
You have a 7-second
All
memory.
right, be a goldfish.
Just okay.
So if you have a bad hole, have a bad putt, whatever, you just forget about it and move on, and that's what they do in sport. That's how
Hardest
they
thing,
train them.
hardest
Good
thing in the
advice.
world in golf is not to carry the crap that you did at the
Yeah,
hole before to
absolutely.
the next one, because you really want to smash it, and that goes wrong as well.
Yeah.
So, it's really hard. It's harder than people
People
think. I
think,
think.
yeah.
Yeah.
Let me get my tiny violin out for you guys. Would you like to know mine?
Yeah.
I didn't know you played golf,
Well,
Jen.
So I've got a couple that are in my head.
Okay.
One is up there because of the views,
okay.
and it would be Fanya Bay mini golf.
What, on the seafront?
On the seafront.
What, by the Winchester?
I wondered whether... Hey, we got
It's
an honourable
actually just
mention.
in front of the
Mustang
Red
Barrier.
Lion and that,
Oh, yeah,
isn't it?
yeah,
Yeah,
Mustang
it's just
Stallion.
in front of there, and it's a quite a simple, like technique wise, quite simple. Do you know what I mean? It's not too difficult,
That
but if
third
you go
hole,
at
though, that
sunset-
long dog leg.
What's your handicap, Jen?
The golf club.
7. What does that mean? Is the answer to that a number? Like, I don't
Yes.
know. Is it? Okay.
Yes.
7 would make
I'd
you
say my
semi-pro.
handicap is like 6, 7.
No.
No, but honestly, to go there when it's sunset, lovely. The other one, which is just a great themed mini golf course, is Vivo mini golf.
I've had some good times at Vivo. I've had some bad times as well. My 11-year-old nephew beat me at Vivo on the red course. I'm so embarrassed. So he got 2 hole-in-ones. And how this kid did it, I don't know.
That's
So
pretty
Dexter,
awesome.
if you're
I
watching,
don't-
no.
I played FIFA, I'm not sure.
Right, it's
There's
good.
2 courses. It's really
It's
good.
quite cool,
It's
and
very
all
good.
the themes, like because it's all pirate themed, and you go, they've done it quite
Yeah,
well.
it's
Anyways, that would be mine. I needed to get in there somehow. I
Well,
felt
do you know
I've been
what?
felt
Well,
left out all
I
morning.
am really glad you felt included
Respect.
in that. We're really
yeah,
glad you
respect,
felt
respect.
included in that.
Yeah, respect.
Right, let's wrap it up there.
But do you
Thank
know what, though, Jen? Women are really good at golf.
Good.
No. If
Yeah.
when you play golf with women, it's really frustrating. They call it old man's golf, and women's the same. Because you may take more shots, but it's always straight. It's not as long, but it's consistent. So whereas we're hacking it all over the place, you girls are just far more organised and just,
And just,
I'll
yeah.
just hit it down there, knock it on the green, put it in.
Consistent.
Consistent. And, you'll probably play better than me and Steve.
Yeah.
We challenge you
Ooh.
to mini golf.
Ooh,
Yes.
To mini golf.
To mini golf.
Yeah.
I'll come and play. I
Do
am
you
rubbish.
accept the challenge?
I accept. Yeah, I accept the
That
challenge.
sounds
Let's
like
do it.
fun as well. That sounds like more fun than getting a frigging spray tan, let me tell you.
Pod day out. Let's do it.
And then we could do it on a Thursday. We could do mini golf and then quiz.
There you go.
Okay.
Sounds like a day out, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Sounds like a
Can I,
date.
can I take a flag?
Can you? I'll take you. We should.
Fun with flags? Do I have fun with flags?
On that note, let us know your favourite golf course if you've been and experienced any others, and we will see you on the next pod. Bye.